Hello and welcome to All About the Cars, a series about taking stock production cars, or rather their virtual counterparts, throwing them around the Nordschleife and seeing how they compare, and how they drive. This week is a mid-engine face-off between the Lamborghini Countach and the Lotus Exige Scura, both on Assetto Corsa. Let's take a closer look at them. So, first up we have the Lotus Exige Scura, or Stealth as it was known in Japan. Now, I found out after I picked this car that it's actually slightly tuned up with a few more horsepower, taking it just over 250. A little bit lighter, like about £10 lighter, taking it to 2,040 pounds. And it's a centimetre lower. Yeah, lots of difference, but it looks badass. Main reason for choosing it. So it comes with a 6-speed manual H-pattern gearbox and ABS. No other assists. No, none. None at all. Let's get it on the ring. How's she do? Okay, first thing I notice on Assetto Corsa, the start and finish line for the timing is at that end of the straight. Slightly different positions, it's not actually going to make a big deal of difference though. So, turn 1 arrives, and this car, I must say, is fantastic in the corners. In fact, it really wants you to be aggressive. Late braking, diving in at those corners, diving in the apexes, getting on the throttle early. It's what this car loves. It seems to respond really well to just thrashing the thing around. Small, fairly small wheelbase, so it can get a little interesting. But like for this section, it's really nimble, really precise, feels really good. ABS probably helps, but that's neither here nor there. Heading out onto the main straight, let's have a look at the cockpit, and I think we can safely say it's Spartan. I mean, there's not even a radio in here. I don't think they even bothered with the glove box. I mean, Christ, I thought the Isetta had a fairly plain interior. No, this isn't as bad as it's got vents for a start. Anyway, held the high speed right over the crest very well indeed, but let's see how it does and the other high-speed corners in this section. Just a light lift. He even got back on the throttle for a little bit before just downshifting, getting it nice and set up, and then back on the throttle. Beautiful. Now the next handling challenge is this section here. Coming over that crest, the back end got a little slidey on me, but otherwise fairly good, dropping it down in third, eventually into second I believe for this corner, possibly keeping it in third. In fact I think I did go into second, which was a little too low if I remember rightly, but getting out the corners, all very nice. The handling around this section with the double apex right, triple apex, can be a little interesting. This car took it in its stride. This one's also tricky with that braking right and then left, braking and cornering. This car loves it. I wonder how the Lamborghini's going to fare. Going up the hill, well, 5th gear was actually fairly handy for it. And going around the kink was nice and easy with just a light brake and then throw it round. But in all honesty, it did lose a chunk of time to the Lamborghini here. It just had more power. Carousel? No problems. Kept nice and steady on the banking, got on the throttle really nice and early, and out the corner we go. Easy mode. Same again with the forest section. There's kind of mid-speed corners that just kind of flow with a change of direction and everything in there. Can be quite tricky, certainly was for the Escalade. But this car, no, not a problem. Corners is its bag. Over the jump, we actually get some air. Not total air. The front wheels got off the ground. I'm not sure if the back ones did. But we did actually get some lift, which is always a bonus. Now, this high-speed section, I got the downshift a bit late. I should have either done it earlier or just not done it until I was straight afterwards. So you can get this thing unsettled. But I wanted to point out this. On Forza, there's nowhere near that kind of banking. I didn't really make best use of it with this car, but that might be something for later videos, to try and see if I can hit that banking. This long right hand corner, funny enough, not a problem. The straight though, not particularly quick as far as straight line speeds is concerned. No. Top speed, only 150 miles an hour. And that's on the downhill bit after this. Yep, right about here we hit 150 miles an hour, which is where the speed trap is. Getting the maximum speed for that section. The heavy braking and cornering section here can be very tricky. Luckily it's not a heavy cornering, otherwise it could have unsettled this car. But no, it did quite nicely. Kept nice and neat for the finish, and over the line again. Yay! So the Lamborghini Countach is next. With just over 440 horsepower and over 3,000 pounds of weight, it is a lot heavier than the Exige, but it does have a better power to weight ratio. So, better acceleration, better top end. Just going to be a bit harder in the corners with that extra weight. Being from the 80s, no flappy pedal nonsense here. 6-speed manual, nice and steady. Also being from the 80s, no assists. Although there was a version of the Lamborghini with ABS made by a Mr. Pagani. Let's get it on the track. And we go. Now, like I said, much better acceleration. Big, massive, fat rear tyres. Generally keeps everything under control. Turn 1, a little bit more cautious. You see, what I discovered with this car during the 2 previous runs, and this was run 3, that actually got the fast lap, was that getting all the braking done nice and early and rolling through the corners was definitely the way to work with this. As you could see in that last little shot, you get quite some front squat under braking, which tends to cause it to horrifically understeer. Also, the brakes aren't particularly good at stopping you anyway at the best of times. So, yeah, this thing has its troubles, certainly when it comes to braking and cornering. So you need everything done nice and early. Like, see, at the top of the hill, we're already off the throttle, and even then we still nearly slide wide. Right, let's have a look at this cockpit. Tan. And square. I think that's all I've got to say about it, really. It's definitely not my bag. So let's see how we do actually at the high speed. Having to get some braking in first, but got off the brakes before we started cornering, so actually it all went quite well. Again, a bit late on the brakes. Got off them though to try and keep it going round a corner, so not the greatest of exits. There was certainly time left in this lap, but it was a hard car to drive. As you can see, it's a little bit all over the place, and certainly not as neat to the apexes as we go through this section. But that was kind of the point, I suppose, then in the... oh, I've got to say that. Does sound good. Distracting. Yeah, the reason for doing 3 runs was so that harder cars could get punished if I couldn't get on top of them quick enough. This was certainly one of them. As you can see, you're having to kind of lift and roll, and that gap on the outside means that there's time lost. A bit more confidence, maybe I could have pushed harder, but I've got to say, this thing does grip up well under throttle. Very tricky on that section. Now I've got to say, on run 1, died horribly there. Run 2 actually didn't go too much better. So I'm glad I actually got 1 run where I got through there without death. But, these things happen. Up the hill was much quicker. Possibly slower through the kink? Hard to tell though, because we were carrying so much more speed up that hill. I mean, seriously, we were absolutely flying. Carousel... couldn't get the speed scrubbed off, so we understeered out the banking. That'll lose us a few tenths. But actually, I've got to say, getting that braking in as early as I did meant it was a little easier than I thought it would be. Going through this forest section, you can kind of see the driving style needed for these medium speed corners. You're rolling through the corner, gassing up only when you kind of got the straight line and you can give it some beans. But otherwise, it's just... you're not accelerating too much because you're not wanting to be on the brakes. The brakes are lethal on this. I mean, ooh, crikey. So are curbs. And no jump. No jump at all. We have to be on the brakes so early that you're already going quite slow by the time we reach the jump, which is a bit of a shame. With no air this time. Going through these high-speed sequence just towards the end of the track. As you can see, got all the braking done nice and early. Everything is now quite smooth. Probably got a gear too low there. In fact, definitely went a gear too low there. But otherwise, yeah, they're not doing too badly. You just got to be really smooth with it. The brakes was definitely the issue with this car. We're getting it to go around faster. Better brakes. I don't know, this thing could have been a lot faster. Maybe some stiffer suspension too. Now, I'll be 100% honest. I expected more out of this car in the straight. It only hit 160 miles an hour, which is only 10 miles an hour faster than the Exige did. Which was very surprising. Now, this last section, the Lamborghini did find tricky. In this case, a lot of very early braking. Lots of very early braking. As you can see, by the time I actually reached the hard corner there, coming round towards the pit entrance, very slowly indeed. Anyway, over the line. How did we do on times? Well, as it turned out, it was very close. But the Lamborghini Countach was just beaten out by the Lotus Exige. Only a couple of seconds in it though, I gotta say. Lamborghini from the 80s held up pretty well compared to modern sports cars. Anyway, that's enough for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. Have fun, everyone.